Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Decoders channels. And I'm happy that the stream actually started, not like the little try that we had with Asset Dash and Matt. But okay, tonight we have a VIP, like the famous Soul Bucket. He's here. I'm so happy to have you. I don't think we ever met before, like in a space or something. But yeah, like if it's the first time that we can talk to face, I'm happy it's on the channel, man.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here, man. Thanks for hosting this.
Thank you so much. And yeah, okay. So, bro, like I know everyone knows you already, and but I want to know more about Sandbar, about what you're cooking. But yeah, like if there is a couple of people in the chat that don't know you, how would you introduce yourself to the crowd?
So, first of all, my name is Soul Buckets. I've been in the space since 2021. On Solana specifically, I've been really doing crypto since 2017. A lot of my interests stem into building products and offering services for people that are trying to build their brand and their reputation in the space. So that's kind of why we made the decision to build Sandbar. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I've been here for quite a while. I've worked amongst some of the more notable names in the space. Big Brain and his brother have been a great influence to me. And
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty much a brief intro.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I saw a couple of tweets. Like, yeah, you mentioned like I love those guys. I met them at NFT NYC. They're like Solby Brain and his twins. Fucking awesome. I love
Yeah,
them.
they're really good guys, and working alongside them at Big Brain Holdings was awesome
Mhm.
experience. But yeah, due to some reasons, I had to divide because Sandbar, I can't be doing that and fun at the same time. So it was
Oh,
just a different alignment of interest. But
yeah.
at the end, like we're still well connected, and yeah, those guys are super awesome.
That's cool. So yeah, okay. So tell me everything about Sandbar. What do we need to know?
So, for those of you that aren't aware of what we're building at Sandbar, we are trying to build the next generation service marketplace for Web3 professionals. So, our goal is to create a work life balance within this platform where you can kind of work by contract, hire full time developers or creators or marketers or whatever it is, part time, full time, whatever kind of terms you agree with them. And our goal is to empower you as a creator and hopefully give you the resources that you need to do to grow and succeed all safely and securely. So that's pretty much our initiative. And we've been building for quite a while now. Probably since last December was when we really started the development
Hmm.
side. We were kind of scoping out the groundwork and making sure that this was something that we wanted to do. We had other ideas that we wanted to approach, but ultimately we felt like this was the best reward, and it served a greater purpose for Web3 as a whole.
Nice.
So this is what we decided to do, and we've been in the process of developing. We've had some delays. We've had some developments that have been pushed out already. But we're taking it slow during this bear market, and we're going to try to make sure that everything that we deliver is of top quality and can meet everyone's needs. So
That's cool. Okay, so like, what's the difference between like Samba and any like job board that you can find, like Indeed or like or whatever?
sure. So like obviously those are like more I guess like Web 2 examples, like Web 2
Hmm.
competition, if you were to compare it to Web 2 or
Yes.
like the traditional business world. But a lot of what we offer is one similar to what they offer because essentially we're not really like recreating um we're not reinventing the wheel. Like
Hmm.
a lot of what works in the traditional business world will also work in Web 3. The way I see it, it just needs some tweaks to better fit the demands of the market and not be as predatory on the professionals that are working contracts or posting jobs, etc. I feel like a lot of the downside that happens with these other big companies is that they know that they're the only avenue where people can find leads and post jobs, et cetera, and actually get the applicants to apply. And if we can, you know, if we can rebuild that in a way where it's more friendly for creators and more friendly for companies to post jobs versus taking like 10 to 20% of the lead or the job that is being done, then I feel like we're in a good place. But
Yeah.
yeah, like a lot of what we're doing now is different because we're integrating blockchain, and we're integrating escrow payments, etc. That can help protect the provider and the client
Mm,
uh, as they are delivering certain projects. So the blockchain integration helps a lot, and we can eliminate the middleman, like the
nice.
standard fees that would accrue when you're just using like these, I guess, like day to day payment methods that you
Yeah.
do now. So,
That's cool. Okay, so for example, like one of the innovation that you can use or implement because of the blockchain is like all of the smart contract when you have an
mhm.
escrow, and instead of having a company that can uh, run away with your money of the escrow and stuff, then it's a smart contract and you trust
Correct.
the code. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's
That's
like
dope.
based. It's milestone based.
Hmm.
So essentially, you'll
Mm,
separate your items that you're trying to build in your scope, and you can like kind of place them in different milestones, and you can set titles for those milestones. So, like, let's say you're looking to complete 4 different items for this person, you can separate them up and tell them, okay, well, I require these 2 first items as an upfront payment, and then the other 2 payments or the other
that's cool.
payment can be delivered after the project's done, and it's all locked up in an escrow. And we're going to create a
Nice.
dispute mechanism that involves a multi-sig and like a social consensus, I guess, so that
Hmm.
if people do get into a dispute, we can take a vote and decide,
Oh,
like internally or with support or non-biased, I guess, like staffing team that knows and can handle disputes and see both sides of the story and understand it, and
hmm.
they can kind of decipher what the outcome should be. So a lot of the tech we're building
That's
is
cool.
trying to avoid like the standard system of having a centralized system of kind of like voting of who's right and who's wrong.
Hmm.
And we want to try to create this unbiased way to, I guess, like protect these disputes from being manipulated. You know what I mean?
That's cool. That yeah, you can even have like a DAO where like you
Exactly.
like the DAO get like a portion of like the dispute. Like
Hmm.
yeah, you take like 10% fees for the DAO, and that's cool, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
like, in the beginning, like, I don't know if we'll have the full functionality
Yeah,
available. So obviously,
it
like
work at
people will have
scale.
to do a little bit of due diligence before
Mm,
they book a job or hire a contractor or whatever it would be.
hmm.
But that's why we've decided to push the live chat in before, because people can kind of feel out the conversation via live chat, and they can kind of get a better idea if this person is legit. They can
Yeah,
connect on all socials or whatever they feel like they can connect via email. They can do post Calendly links or whatever they need to do to kind of get an idea of who this person is beforehand. But eventually, once we kind of decide that if this is the best way to handle a dispute, then we'll launch it through, and
that's
people
cool.
can handle disputes directly through the contract
Mm.
specifically.
And I love like those like Web2 use case when you implement like a Web3 layer and that fix everything. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
I
It's
mean,
amazing.
it has like its disadvantages at points, because it's a little bit more difficult to think through the process of some stuff, because it's,
Mm,
obviously you're taking out an extra layer, uh that is like already implemented on the web 2 side. But ultimately, it's really beneficial as well, because if we can eliminate all the friction that happens in like the traditional space, then um then it's just a higher reward for people that are working and pursuing careers and stuff
mm.
in crypto. So
And that's
it,
cool.
it's just like a lot more thinking. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, because like if decentralization like is as easy as a concept it is to pitch, it's hard to really like navigate. At least from my experience, it's been hard to really navigate what the best approach is, because you really don't want to be um just like another Web 2 company, or
Yeah.
like a large corporation that has been like running the job
Mm.
market scene or dispute scene in the regular world, you know?
Yeah. That's the conversation I have with like a lot of like Web3 games that I have on the channel. Like at first, I was like not really fan of the GameFi because like it's game even Web3 games because it's
Mhm.
for me there is still like a like um shit, a difference between like the what people are waiting from a project and the time like the allocated for that project and the dev time allocated to the games. But anyway, like a lot of founders say, okay, so we are Web3 games, but we also want to talk to Web2 audience. Yeah, it's. I would say it would be even easier to just focus on Web3 people because you don't need to explain what's a NFT or
Mhm.
Web3 concept of it, right? But like for you, like the fact that you have like if you focus on Web3 job and like mission and like short term contract, etc. Um, like that gives you even like a force of distribution that it's even like stronger than any other platform that have wider audience but like less specified in Web3, right?
Mhm.
That's a
I mean,
strategy.
you really think about it, like a lot. I feel like a lot of the larger projects will probably be a Web 2 front end and stuff, and they'll
Yeah,
have like all like the basic functionalities of what you see on your day to day like right now, and then they'll just have like the the back end, the smart contract stuff that'll help facilitate
yeah,
legitimacy and stuff like that, transactions, etc. So it's
mhm,
like a mix of both, like you said, is super healthy. I feel like, and yeah, I mean, I can't imagine it being like like all these Web 3 applications like trying to like find their niche in Web 2. Like eventually they'll have to change and try to bring in that audience, if they want to get that next level of interaction and
yeah.
adoption. So
And do you target like any level of job? Like for example, I know for software engineer, like you have top tal that only work with like top 1% developer in the world, or do you like yeah like offer widely? You're gonna be wilder than that.
repeat if you could
Like
repeat the question.
like for example, like I know TopTal. I don't know if you're like if you know the company. It's like
Top
a
towel, okay.
TopTal, yeah, French
Hmm.
accent. Sorry.
Okay, okay. No, you're good. You're good.
It's a so it's like Indeed and stuff, and but they just work with like the top 1% developer. So
Interesting.
do you target because yeah like again like you have high end pool of candidates and that's their like unique value proposition. So are you already think about something like that for Web3, or you will accept like every position from Web3 dev to mods, Discord mod, and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to think about. You know, we don't really want to create exclusivity because that creates a lot of friction in
Mm-hmm.
terms of onboarding new users. And I'm no person to know how you qualify as the top 1% of developers in
Mm-hmm.
the nation, or let's say, or the country. Like, I don't know how to even start like breaking down your skills. I would have
Yeah.
to hire people that know the technical field and would have to figure that out. But ultimately, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna let everyone sign up um, as a free account, and then what we'll do is we'll just do different verification tiers based on the information they provide on
Mm-hmm.
Sandbar. So, as an example, tier one maybe have all socials linked, and have an email linked or something. And then tier two could be like a government ID or whatever government or state ID, and or a passport identification
Mm.
model that they can submit it through, and that'll be like a tier two. And then tier three might be like if you have an
Yeah.
entity ID or something that we could like put in our database, then maybe that'll be a tier three. But we really don't know what the best avenue is until we experiment
Yeah.
with the platform. I think it's a good direction the way that we were thinking, but and I see a lot of platforms doing that identification thing. I think Match Keaton does it. I
Yeah.
think I'm sure there's a lot of marketplaces that take government ID before even like letting you post any sort of listing, just for their own security that you're a real person. And
Yeah.
if there's any circumstances that there's like a legal case or against you, that they have your ID and whatever. But yeah, I mean, like we want to create a platform that's available for everybody, and from there we'll keep scaling and,
Yeah.
and creating different buckets of people that hit different milestones. So if you
Mm.
have completed X amount of projects on Sandbar and you've whatever done over, let's say, $50,000 through Sandbar, then maybe you'll receive a different badge than somebody else. So,
That's cool.
and something we're thinking about is potentially making these badges mintable. So when you achieve a milestone, you could potentially mint this achievement as an NFT, a non-transferable NFT that you could kind of show off later on. Um, to your friends and to other
Mm.
people if you're like trying to like convince somebody, hey, go, like, I'm a reliable source for development, here's my Sandbar badge that shows that I'm, doing
Yeah,
volume and I have previous work, etc.
that's
So
cool.
I don't know, there's some data points that we want to tackle, and we want to definitely try to have some more blockchain integrations outside of just payments.
Mhm.
Even though payments, I feel like, is like a core thing for us because it is a service marketplace. But if we can integrate other cool things that make sense with the platform, then we'll for sure do it.
That's pretty exciting. And do you have an ETA for the like the beta or the
So right
pre-launch?
now, right now we're in like a very limited beta. We have some people that we really enjoy talking to, and they have done a lot of business on Solana, and in crypto as a whole, that are giving us like some really valuable feedback. So as I was mentioning to you earlier before we popped on the stream, a lot of what we're doing now is kind of restructuring some of the ideas because. Oh, with like after gathering some of this feedback from the community, we realized that we could probably step it up one notch, not to overcomplicate things, but to essentially bring some traditional business tools to Web3 that can help improve a provider's experience and keep them in line with the work that they've completed and how they're going to execute. With their record keeping and
Mm.
taxes, etc. So like obviously we're not going to have all these tools available at once. This is more of like a long-term vision, but we'll start off with, let's say, invoicing as the first thing, where you can invoice people and record your invoices and pay through these invoices, as they will have like pay links and a smart contract associated to them.
Mhm.
So you could, pay in Solana, pay in USDC, pay in USDT, and then from there we can kind of scale it out to either different chains, or we can scale out the tools first. We'll see what the best approach is, but ultimately our goal is to just create good resources,
Mm.
and the reality is that business is business, and I don't think it matters if you're doing it in crypto or
Yeah.
in the regular world. I think that they should both have similar uh you know I guess like similar.
Yeah,
I
like
can't think of the word. Well, similar outcomes, like,
yeah.
or similar functionalities. Like that, you should invoice people. I think it's just a good practice. I do it in my day to day business. It's just something I feel like a lot, like it's just
Yeah.
standard, and I don't see any platforms coming out with invoicing to the extent that we want to put pressure on it.
Yeah.
So
But even in Web3, like you haven't have to bring even more value than a Web2 app slash company, because you even adding like a little bit more friction with like the coins token, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it have to be like 10x better product in Web3 than Web2 to make it sense, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like the ultimate approach I feel like is let's win the Web3 market first, but let's
Yeah.
create enough of like Web2 stuff, like one click sign-ins or whatever.
Mm.
Like if you're just like anything that anyone could sign up, like just basic sign up um structure, so it doesn't create friction for anyone from the outside world to come into the platform and interact with this like application that's designed with blockchain.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just it's just we got to experiment. A lot of
Yeah.
it's just like testing things, like fucking up and redoing it, or iterating off of it, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the life of an entrepreneur. I feel like anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, we try some shit, we're gonna try some new shit, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. Isn't that the Frank quote? Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
see all the DGOTs in the back now. I'm just starting to realize.
Yeah, like I have a couple of degots, so yeah, that's the
Nice.
culture.
Those are sick. I like them.
Thank you. And but soon enough, there will be decoders on the wall. That's why we set up like the
Hey,
PFP as a painting.
hey, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
I want to get one too.
Oh, okay, bro. Okay. Come on the server. I will send you the invite. I will give you the VIP treatment. I will give you
Ooh,
everything. I will give you everything. But you need views because
appreciate you.
the mint will be in views. I will send you some
Hey,
views.
yeah. Hey, look, I'm down for it, man. Happy to support you.
Nice. Thank you so much. What are like the pain points like that you have identified like before the ID ignition like for Sandbar? Like, did you try to find a job in Web3 and you say, okay, fuck it, I need my home job board to do that?
No,
Mhm.
I was trying to find people to help me do stuff,
Yeah.
honestly, and like I just didn't. I felt like the only avenue for me to find people was through word of mouth,
Yeah.
and that was just like a big struggle for me because like when I work, like the way I work in my IRL stuff is that there's like always resources that you can rely on, like a yellow pages or like I'm just like
Hmm.
doing something just saying something generic, but there's more specific tools for it, but like example, like you have like yellow pages or like some sort of book or directory of people that you can access within a certain industry, and you can see who's doing what, and they're always digitally updated and stuff like that. And I just never understood why there wasn't something like this for crypto professionals,
Yeah.
or Web3 professionals. So it started to like build up in my head, and initially we didn't really want to do something like this because like we figured this is like one of those ideas that
Yeah.
everyone thinks of but
Yeah.
it's super hard to execute,
Mhm.
and we were like maybe it's not worth going for the easy approach but the hard execution, because like the reality is that anyone can create a marketplace. The
Yeah.
hardest part is
Exactly.
balancing the provider and client
Hmm.
sides the most, because if you have a lack of one, then the marketplace just
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Exactly.
Like you can have a it's the same thing with any marketplace. Magic Eden has a bunch of listings but no buyers, like it just doesn't the marketplace doesn't work, and vice versa. A bunch of buyers but no listings and doesn't work. So you really have to have a balance of both and understand both sides
Mm.
of the interaction. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, like Sandbar came about because we were just like, we don't want this easy shit. Like, we want to do the hard shit. And I
That's
feel
cool.
like it became more of like a reality once we realized that we have so many connections in the space. Me, like myself,
Yeah.
and some of the team members, that we can leverage these connections to pitch our product, onboard new people, and give them the value that they need by talking to them directly. And as I was mentioning earlier, a lot of what we did is just invite people one by one,
Yeah.
onboard them one by one. Hear what they say when they're signing up. Hear what they say when they click this button or do this button or do that. Like we just want to hear all the feedback. And
Mm.
that's kind of what has been pushing the main release, because when we make these iterations in real time,
Yeah.
we don't just like sit around and um like we don't sit around and just like say, okay, well he's wrong and he's wrong and he's wrong. Like
Mm.
obviously we listen. Like maybe some feedback isn't as important as the other ones, and we can work around some of the feedback. But ultimately, we value everyone's feedback, even if it's the
Yeah.
smallest thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, do you have like any killer features that you are really proud of that gonna be game changer you can think of?
I mean, right now we have the live chat. I don't think it's really that much of a game changing feature. I just think it's something that's cool, and available for people to interact outside of Twitter, because I feel like Twitter is like the main like I guess like layer of
Yeah.
interaction for crypto. So I guess that's kind of cool to have that available. Our real like bread and butter is going to be our invoicing. I feel like a lot of people don't say it, but I feel like a lot of people really want invoicing to be a tool for them when
Mm.
they're doing work, because like there's so many like other platforms that aren't that are available, outside of the Web3 realm, that charge you per month for invoicing to organize and record keep and all that other stuff. It's like monthly, you pay like a monthly fee, so or subscription. And
Mm.
I feel like we can really take that to the next level with smart contracts and an escrow
That's cool.
and a reviewal system, and like the whole record keeping thing. And
Mm.
I think it's just a good tool for every professional to have. The traditional quote system, I think, was like is just too generic.
Yeah.
It really doesn't have like like a value add outside of just receiving like the scope of work. And we could achieve the same thing really with an invoice. We've created like full customization of the invoice, so you can add as many line items, you can change line items, you can select milestones, you can add different payment methods, you can do everything you do with the normal invoice, but with blockchain. So
That's
we
dope.
think that was pretty cool. There's some. I think there's one person. I think Helio is doing something like this already with
Yes.
invoices, which is really interesting.
Mm.
I do like their product. I think it's great. I would
Yeah,
use
it's
it if
great.
I was a professional. I think
Yeah.
that how we differentiate ourselves is that we have a provider side, where people can send and receive invoices and also receive reviews as well. So we're like balancing that out with the platform. So as you're sending invoices and completing work orders or completing contract work or whatever it is,
Mhm.
uh, you can have these reviews added to each completed invoice that will display on your account. So it's like an efficient way to gain reviews and build your reputation and have like good
That's cool.
record keeping at the same time as a business or a freelancer.
Mhm.
So when the tax man comes to steal your money, you have like proper record keeping of all the money you've made.
That's cool. And because yeah, taxing crypto, it's like we need another show. You need to come back just to talk about taxes, man.
I mean, it's important, man.
Yeah.
Like everyone has invoicing as a portion. At least every business I have worked with, like, does some sort of invoicing,
Yeah.
and you're selling a service to somebody, or it's either a
Mm.
subscription or whatever. But you send that monthly invoice out, or you send an
Yeah.
invoice after you sell a product or whatever. That's just a standard big business practice.
Mhm.
So why not maintain that in a different environment? Why should we work on this unofficial quote system that is kind
Yeah.
of, it could be sloppy and it can be misleading. But if you have it all like downloadable as a PDF and stored away for your personal
Yeah.
accounting, then it just makes a whole lot more sense
No,
to me.
100%. And yeah, sorry, I forgot to ask you, but like about like the marketplace, like yeah, chicken and eggs race basically between like jobs and candidates and like yeah, companies that will post on your platform, etc. Um, like, what's your go to market strategy for that? Like, how are you going to bring all of those people on your product?
So our main approach to the market right now is like we want to attract the right people at the same time. Like
Mm,
there's no a portion of why we put the NFT on pause for now is because we feel like the NFT, even though it could be a good way to bring attention to the project, as it has been, as we've been like posting the
yeah.
NFT like art and stuff like that, which people are very fond of, which we're happy. Um, we just feel like it's not really the right way to push the product forward. You want to find proper product market fit within the professional, I guess, like scope of people in crypto. And we think that the best go to market strategy is to create free tools for people, right? That they can access and use. And as we were saying earlier about invoicing, this will be a free tool.
Yeah.
Sure, if you create an account, you'll have more access to the accounting side of it, but um, yeah, free invoicing. We're gonna have a like a fully public database of professionals to access. So you don't need to create an account to search for professionals and hit them up.
Mm,
We're not trying to like create that friction there. But if you want to interact with the platform, then or like with a live chat or record keeping or and all the future stuff that we're building out, then you would probably want to have an account. So it's just bringing
mm,
people in through one valuable tool at a time, and then from there, when they sign up, they'll see the full vision of Sandbar, and they'll be able to understand our future
yeah.
development and our direction. So I mean,
That's dope.
that's one avenue, and obviously, like a lot of our efforts goes into our capability to market. So we have a lot of people supporting us, and like our transparency has been, I feel like, a lot different than a lot of other projects. Like we don't want to hurt people as we develop, and we don't want to
Mm,
have people emotionally, I guess, tied to our product through an NFT at the moment, or something like that. That requires like like whatever a I guess some sort of capital to invest into. I wouldn't really say invest into, but like it's not an investment, but
Yeah.
like buy into, let's say,
Yeah.
like buy a membership. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we really don't want to do that. So a lot of what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks to months, it will be like marketing and showing product videos and stuff like that. That'll
That's
help
cool.
onboard people the right way.
Yeah, like you show off the product and then you like yeah, the NFTs and like the whole Web3 layers for them is like the cherries on the cake.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
also have a referral system that's already active right now. So you could sign up on Sandbar.io right now. And then once you kind of submit your application, whether you're like we're looking to be a client or a provider,
that's cool.
it'll pitch out a referral for you. So you can start kind of referring people onto the platform. And once you kind of sign up later on, we can associate you through the beta sign up links um and you can start building up some referrals, which we'll disclose later what the value of that is. But
Oh,
um,
okay.
there's definitely something there that people should be aware
Is that a whitelist on AirDrop?
of. Can't tell you, man. Not yet.
Tell me in the DMs. I will
All
keep it that for myself.
right. I
Promise
got
you.
you. But no, yeah, I mean, like,
No, it's cool. It's
there's
cool.
a tons of different ways we can come to market.
Yeah.
We've been taking it slow, as the bear market doesn't really provide much volume and attention as much as the bull market.
Yeah.
But uh, as soon as we're ready to go, we'll be inviting everybody with open arms. We want everyone to participate. We want everyone to experience the next, I guess, like level of marketplaces
Mm,
on Solana, and I think that we're going to be providing a really good experience for that.
that's cool. That's exciting, man. And like, yeah, your business model, it will be based on like on subscription or like even transaction fees. Like, would you? Yeah, like how does that work?
So, yeah, that's a great question. So, our invoices will most likely have like a small transaction fee
Mm-hmm.
associated to it. So any invoice that you process through our like our builder, our invoice builder,
Mm-hmm.
when it's sent through and paid, we'll take a fee.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably just be a flat fee. I don't know if it'll be like a percentage base or just a flat USDC amount, but or a flat SOL amount or whatever the payment method you choose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we'll have subscriptions later on. I think that's a really good way for us to continue growing. I'm a really big fan of subscription models, and I think that there's a special place for it in Web3. I just think that there's a lot of projects trying to figure out how to manage these subscriptions the right way. Because like you need like people to sign transactions to send
Yeah.
stuff through. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some cool tools that will come out for recurring payments and stuff like that. I think Sphere
Yeah.
Labs is working on something like that. Shout out Sphere Labs. Arnold is the man. He's been also a great help for us lately. So we're trying to figure out what integrations we can do, there. But yeah, I mean,
That's cool.
it's all about just waiting for people to develop cool shit at the same time too. Because
Yeah.
there's no value in creating something awesome if you can't partner with other people as well. You know,
100%.
we want to create partnerships. We want to expand with
Mm.
other people and um, yeah, grow
You
together.
know, 100%. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like in Web3, I feel like companies and project like participate and put themselves all together way more easily than any Web2 and startup company. Or like, it's
Because
way,
I believe it's like different level of management, honestly.
yeah,
Like
that's
there's
true.
in traditional business, there's like way different levels of management. Like
Yeah, that's true.
typically you have like the CEO and then you have the
Mm,
like all the other stuff, but they're not like people you can get easy access to. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like I feel like in crypto, especially now during the bear market, there's so many hustlers and CEOs emerging, like through their own small startups and stuff like that. That
Hmm.
it's easy to create partnerships because their value is or the values align across like let's
Yeah.
say me and you, where we want to grow our businesses and succeed together. You know, so it's
Yeah.
easy to create a partnership on because we're synergizing in a new space. You know, and
Yeah.
it's not like these really structured corporate businesses that have like CEOs and stuff. You got to go up the ladder so much. Like
Mm.
you just have direct connection to the guy, the main person here. You know.
Exactly. And bro, I want you to know that now that you have done a stream here, this is your home. If you want to do a product announcement or like yeah, anything, you can just DM me and you can jump on the channel whenever you want.
Dude, thank you so
Uh,
much. That's
your
awesome, bro.
home.
You're the man, honestly. We haven't met. Are you gonna go to Breakpoint?
I'm going to Breakpoint, so beers on me, Ben.
Okay, cool.
But
Hey, cool,
you
cool.
you have been mentioned. I think I forgot, but like by one of the guests, so that's why like that I slide into your DMs.
Hey, I'm glad you did, man. It's been worth
Yeah.
it.
No, 100%. And also, yeah, like you said, like reaching to people like with Twitter and in Web3, like okay, you have a nice PFP. Yeah, I like your PFP. That's cool. And then we start communicating, and they well, come on the channel, and that's it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. Like I was saying earlier, like you just shot me a DM, and
Yeah.
I'm always like my biggest. I think something I do really well that I'm proud of is that I'm very prompt with responding.
Mm,
Sometimes, like I'm very quick with trying to like have a conversation with somebody and understand what they're trying to accomplish, so that I can assist in any way, shape, or form.
mhm.
Um, and I try to make it like a priority to respond to people. I don't know, like
That's cool.
sometimes I miss messages, and sometimes it's just gets lost if I have a busy day, especially now because I have like my IRL job back in action, so I don't really have access to like Twitter and stuff like that as often. But when I am available, I definitely will respond.
Yeah,
So
that's cool. Yeah, and we thank you for that. You don't have too many dumb DMs.
dude, I sent a screenshot one day to one of my buddies, and I was like, he was just like, "Oh, like, bro, how do you have like 250 DMs?" And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, bro, I need to hire like a person to filter these out because because the reality is it's half like so many people. Like the only way I'll respond to you is if you say something genuine to me. Like if you're
Mm,
just like, "Hey, man, I want to promote something," or "I want you to promote something," or
yeah,
like, "What are your prices?" or this and that. Like I just don't have the patience to
yeah,
respond to you because that's not the way to have a proper conversation. Like,
yeah,
how
exactly.
are you doing, man? Like, how's your day? Like,
Mm,
I really wanna connect with you and talk to you about our project and stuff like that. That's like the proper way to reach out. Like, there's no way, and there's not one point in my regular business life as a salesperson that I went up to somebody and I said, "Hey, man, uh, I want you to buy my product right now, or I want you to use my product, or I want you to promote me right now." Like it just does not. It's just not good business practice in terms of sales. Like you really have to get to know the person. You have to create a
yeah,
relationship first, and then after that relationship has been formed, um, you can kind of work something out. That's the way that it works.
yeah. No, exactly. Man, like my first DM to you is GM. You need to come on the channel, bro.
But then it sparks my interest because I'm like, what
Yeah,
channel?
exactly,
It's not
exactly.
like, hey,
Yeah,
I want you to promote something for me,
yeah,
like something like that. Like it's just not a
exactly.
like it's like it gives me some spark of interest.
Yeah, I think it was in the space or something. Maybe we interacted. It was in April. Yeah, April. So yeah, it's been a minute.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's okay. It's not that we a month out. It's not that far, but yeah. I mean, believe it or not, man. There's some people that they just like that we had some sort of a conversation, and then it just kind of winds down,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
there's just no context anymore. So I
Yeah,
like people that are they. I mean, I'm a busy person,
yeah.
honestly. Like
No way.
I'm balancing.
No way.
I'm not busy enough, I guess, but uh being a founder and balancing out work now and
Yeah,
family and girlfriend and everything, it's just there's a lot of priorities in my life, and I need to
yeah.
balance those out first. And if I have some extra time to spare and participate in cool things like this, and I'll do it.
Mm,
And I really want to engage with people that are here to build relationships versus
mm.
just try to do business. Like
Yeah.
I like talking to people just like anybody else.
Yeah, no, exactly. And bro, like you have a girlfriend and you are in Web3, like yeah, you need to have your show on your channel to explain how to do that, man.
But yeah, man. I mean,
That's yeah, that's important.
I just saw somebody say I bought some soul buckets on Frenzy GG. Oh, I don't have one. Don't buy it. It's not me. It's fake. It's actually
Oh.
fake. Don't buy it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a scam.
friends. Is that like the? I know it's not a friend
That's
tech.
like the Solana friend tech, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, just copy paste that. Okay, fair enough. But
But
yeah. Mm,
I wanted to say one more thing. For anyone in the comments, we were mentioning this earlier, has
yes.
been sticking around with us. So happy to give you guys some whitelist spots. Just um, DM your boy, and we'll make sure that we organize something. They could DM you, Vince. So
Yeah.
let's just have
Yeah.
them DM you, and
Okay.
you can kind of coordinate with me. And
Okay.
uh,
Send me feed pics, guys, and then you will get a Sandbar whitelist.
but yeah, man,
But,
that's pretty much it. I mean, is there any other
yeah.
questions that you got?
Uh, sh- yes, but that will be for an episode 2, man.
No, you can shoot it.
no,
I got a few more minutes, man.
no,
Shoot it
no, no,
over.
don't worry about it. It's like, yeah, honestly, I don't have that many questions because I know it will
Okay.
run for 45 minutes. So we good, bro. You are fucking great guest. Beers on me on Breakpoint. Bro, I'm going to drink so many beers at Breakpoint with all of those guests, man.
I feel like if you're not drunk at these crypto events, like you're just doing it wrong. Because
yeah,
there's no better way. There's no better way to network with people when everyone's just like a little bit loose off the liquor and the beer and stuff, and we're all just laughing and having fun. I mean, especially in a bear market, there's no better time to really just enjoy with people, right?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
if you're here now, you're just a real one at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you spend way too much on the ticket price for conferences compared to
We're
the
all
sold
just down
price, right?
90%, so it can't get worse from here. So but
Yeah,
getting a beer and having some drinks and,
exactly.
and feeling good, like it's just like a
Forget
fucking
about
we
it.
ball. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. You are a fucking legend. You met Solana, what Solana is, and it's cool. Like, thank you so much for everything that you do. Keep crushing it, and I can't wait to find a job if decoders don't make it with Sandbar.
You'll be good
I'll
to
find
go, man.
people. I'll
I
find
can't wait
people.
for decoders to start posting jobs because you guys are gonna be growing too, man. Come on,
That's
man. That's the
that's the point.
positivity we need.
Yes, yes,
But
bro. Yeah, actually.
thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome. I'd love to come back and talk some more about Sandbar. Maybe we could do a
Yes.
follow up stream once we kind of get rolling a little bit on the development side and we push some things out. And from there, maybe we can do like a product showcase or something really cool that'll involve people and we can get some live feedback. But
See,
cool, man.
that's
You're a legend.
no, you're legend. You're legend.
Are we just gonna go back and forth saying you're a legend for
Yes,
the
yeah,
next
no,
minute and a half?
exactly. No, you hang out first. But anyway, I will let you go. Thank you so much again, everyone in the chat. Claim your views because, but slowly because the app is not scaling properly. So click slowly, please. And if it failed, click again.
Just click again until it comes through.
Exactly. Solveig, thank you so much. And yeah, we will see you in another episode and
Yeah.
or at least Solana Breakpoint. Cheers, man.
Yes,
Thank you so
sir.
much. Hey, bye,
Cheers,
everyone.
man.